Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday here. Just shoot me in the chat if you can hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me. Want to make sure that I'm not talking to myself here. Awesome. Thank you. All right, we'll give this a little bit more. I just want to make sure that everybody that registered, has some time to funnel in. Give it like a minute or two, and we'll get this started. All right. Well, I think everybody's here that wants to be here, so we'll just get started. And if people join in the middle, that's fine. So as always, derivatives trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. So our agenda for today, as always, intro to EdgeProX, intro to EdgeClear. Today we'll be going over some new features inside EdgeProX. So the Cumulative Delta has some new features, and also going over the opening range within the DOM. Some people submitted some questions beforehand, so we'll go through a Q&A. And then, of course, if you guys have questions along the way, shoot those in the chat, and I'll be able to answer those at the end or in the moment as well. So what is EdgeProX? EdgeProX is a all-in-one solution for active traders with MBO capabilities, volume profile and TPOs, native order flow tools, fully functional with 300 plus indicators and studies, indicator layering to native to Windows, macOS, and Linux, runs on Rithmic, CQG, or IQFeed. All these features are available for the low price of $34.99 per month. Continuing, it has a heat map, volume imprint, volume profile, TPO, market profiles, advanced DOM, stimulated trading, replay mode, cross instrument trading, cloud levels, Edge Pro line, which we developed, OHLC lines, time and sales, and as I stated before, 300 plus indicators that you can use. What is EdgeClear? We are an independent futures brokerage. We are created by traders for traders. We have an award-winning team, multiple clearing relationships, an experienced team, and our founder, as I'm sure you all know, is Futures Trader 71. Continuously innovating and building, we are trader inspired. So just diving right in here, Cumulative Delta. So when I switch over, I don't have that indicator on just yet. So what I will do is I'll show you guys how to add it and then show you the new features within it. So in order to add this feature here, all you have to do is click Control T. That'll bring up the All Studies tab there. Type in Cumulative, and then you can just select Cumulative Delta, hit OK, hit Create. And this will create this here at the bottom of the screen. So now the default settings that are on it may be different than if you were to watch more. I'd use this so I can show you how to configure this to be similar to what you guys may have seen in the Trader Bytes or whatever the other things that Morad may be showing you guys how to use this. So you just go to the settings by tapping the settings indicator here, click that. And then I like to just go right to all settings. In my opinion, it's just easier. So what we can do is we can change the bar type to be a square line or gradient. This shows the indicator, in my opinion, a little bit better. So when I apply this, update it, let's make this bigger so everybody can see it. There we go. You can see it kind of shows it to what you may be used to seeing on that with this Cumulative Delta here. Going back to the all settings, so hitting that little cog wheel over there, selecting all settings, the new feature in this is the relative delta. So what we can do here is turning on all three of these, and we will configure these to show the relative delta. So what this will do, so we can change this to be a line on all this. So you can have this, I'll show you what this looks like afterwards. Oops. All right, so we have each one configured to be a line. What we can do is change this so that it is more gradual. So changing this from 1 to 9, changing this from, let's do 10 to 99, and then the minimum on this one we'll just do 100 to, let's do a bigger number there. All right, so now this is the minimum size, the max size of everything, and it's gonna be pulling the delta between the from the cumulative delta, and you'll be able to see kind of what's happening between the buyers and sellers. What you can do also, which I personally like to do this, is you can change the line to, change the line width, you can change the style of the line, line width style, you can change it to dotted. I like the dotted better, just because it looks better than having a solid line run across it. So we'll change that all to solid. And what you can also do is you can add tags to this. So if you're looking, if you think this, if the 1 to 9 minimum size is, considered small traders, you can just type in to the tag. So what I did here is I just showed the tag, and then you can type in small traders. Now what this will do is once I hit OK, and once I hit apply and update, you'll be able to see the tagline next to that specific line. So we'll go through and I'll just do small traders, and we'll add in one here. Again, so I went to this little pencil. Remember that it's this pencil, not this one. You just select this here, show tag, and then this will be large traders. Just put that there. Hit OK. Now we've got this configured, and now we'll be able to see our relative delta once it loads on our chart. There you go. So now we can see here, you can kind of see it. It's layering over each other, so it looks a little strange, but you can see these lines here showing the different orders and where they are based on the delta between the buyers and sellers. So this can be helpful, if, in my opinion. So you can kind of use this to your advantage, however you see fit for this. But this is nonetheless the new feature within, one of the new features within EdgeProX, is that relative delta there. You can also configure this, the data more in here. I see, aggregate by order, so you can kind of mess with this study a little more than what I just showed here, but I wanted to make sure I really touched on that relative delta. So going forward, opening range within the DOM. So I know last week I went over the advanced DOM and all its features, but we did get a new feature inside the advanced DOM, and I wanted to make sure I showed everybody how to access that, because this can be a useful tool. If you have the OHLC lines and you want to display the opening range on the OHLC lines also within your DOM, I'll show you how to do this now. So what you can do is you go into your settings here at the top, just again selected that here, brings up the DOM preferences. You will then navigate over to the price column and the opening range. Have this selected, adjust it to be whatever time you're looking for the opening range. And remember, this is from the 8:30 US market open to whichever time that you set this to. So 10 minutes, so 8:30 US market open to 8:40 AM. It is only for the US market open, but if you're in a different country, obviously take in the calculation of that time. But yes, so this is the new feature here, and then it will reflect onto the DOM here. Let's change the color to be something a little more brighter so we can locate where that is. So I believe that it is these here. Don't know why it didn't change the color, but nonetheless, it is that green color that was originally there. So that's the opening range is right here. So that's another new feature that we have within here. I just thought I would show you that. As always, you can change what you want in here. I went to again the settings, price column, and then you have a bunch of little a bunch of features in here that can be switched. I guess that did change. So you'll be able to see that in the DOM, locate that in the DOM. Moving forward, let me know if you guys have any questions or if I'm moving too quickly and you want me to go back over something, just let me know. I'd be glad to do that for you guys. But moving forward, with this, we had people submit questions prior to the webinar, so I was going to go over this just for those people that submitted those. So the first question is, how do you know when you have your DOM set for micro MES when chart showing ES? Also, what about rollover coming up? Okay, so this is a good question. I will touch on this again because I did speak lightly on this last week, but in the default mode within EdgeProX, when you load it up originally, you do get this @ES symbol. This is because you're able to use this with CQG and Rithmic, so it automatically defaults to the @ES to make sure you get data right away, and you can go and type in wherever whatever symbol you normally use. So what I would say is, since rollover is coming up, like you said, I would recommend not using the continuous contract. Now, again, this is my opinion, but I think it would be best to not use the @ES because this is not going to roll over. If you're trading, it's going to go right up all the way into expiration. So this can cause some problems if you are trading, contracts that are going to be expiring soon. You could potentially put yourself at risk of, holding expiring contracts. So I would say switching this to be the ESM1 or whichever symbol that you are using, I would recommend using that symbol. But since I don't have to worry about that on the simulated mode, I will not change that just yet. Now, asking the question of cross trading. So when I go into a right click on the chart, you can see here, let's go back. Now, actually, I'll go ESM1. And if I right click on the chart, you can see here cross trade MES. So now the chart's going to show the MES. This is going to be, or the chart's going to show the ES. This is going to be the ES. So if you place a trade here and it fills, you're not going to actually see it on this DOM since this DOM is correlated to the ES. You would actually have to X out of this, add a new DOM here by going to, if you didn't see that, hitting the plus button at the top, going to DOM, adding in the MES M1. Now it's going to create a whole new window. You don't have to worry about that because you can just take this, drag it into the right, and now you have it configured here the same way originally, but your DOM now is going to be the MES. So if I were to place an order here, and see if that gets filled there. You'll see though that it showed up on my DOM. So this is the ES, but you'll be able to see that there on the DOM. So filled here, you'll also see that you're long one. So that's how I would configure your settings for the person that asked to show MES DOM ES chart. That's how I would recommend you doing that cross trading. And for those that didn't see, all you have to do is right click the chart, cross trade MES. Then now you're cross trading. So X out of that, flatten. The next question that was asked was I still cannot figure out how to narrow the width of the volume imprint. Can you please go over how to accomplish this? So I believe what this person meant to ask was narrowing the bars on the volume profile, and I can show this for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the daily volume profile once again by going to Control T, typing in the indicator that you're looking for. So I'm looking for daily volume profile, selecting this, and then creating, and you'll see it get created on the side here. Now, what the person was asking was when they change from, let's say, a weekly, the bars get thicker, and then monthly, the bars get even thicker. So now this can obviously is probably not going to be that helpful, especially since they're so thick, you're not really able to see that data properly. So if I go to a weekly and those bars are pretty thick, all you have to do is add more bars to make them thinner. So my standard that I go to is 50. And then you get the thin bars that you're looking for. You're able to see the data that you want. And then going back there, monthly, the bars are still pretty thick, but nonetheless, there are more and they are thinner. The more that you add in, the thinner they get. So adding in 100, you'll see that these adjust the width of each bar individually. And it's only going to pull from 1 month, since all we have set is monthly. So it's pulling only from 1 month back, or 1 month back. That's correct. So this is going to be a monthly profile. And then if you go to all settings, and if you hit show historical, it should go and do monthly profiles again. So you'll see this each month. So that's that. Did anybody have any other questions for me while while you have that time? Just put those in the chat and I'll be able to answer those. Cool. And if you guys think of some questions, you can go here. So you can visit our knowledge base at support.edgeclear.com, or you can email us at edgeprox@edgeclear.com. Or you can jump into the live chat, talk to one of the brokers here. You can talk to me or Ian on those live chats, or just giving us a call. You can call us 773-832-8320. Somebody will be able to pick up and answer those questions that you may have. Just one last run through. Did anybody have any questions? Cool. Oh, there we go. Somebody asked, can you show in the advanced DOM the 3 highest block, sell and buy? Let's see. Let's go back here. So when you say the 3 highest block and sell, are you talking about the bid? Like if I were to stretch this out here, are you referring to this market by order data? So theoretically, the 432 would be the cool. So I'll just navigate over to the heat map. Let's see, let's go 100 milliseconds. No data. That's not good. So let it adjust here. All right, that was interesting. But basically what we're looking at is, all right, cool. So looking at the DOM, comparing the DOM to the order heat map, the way you can look at and see the order heat map's largest orders is if you were to stretch the columns out, you would be able to see that the 4227 has a pretty big order on it. And the other thing that I would recommend doing, this is in my opinion, is setting the DOM and the order heat map to work together by just selecting here. And now when it's highlighted, they'll be in sync, or at least they should be in synchronous. So zooming in a little bit, you can see that the 4228 has the most orders, and so that's why this area here is the darkest color. The darker the color, the bigger the orders. The lighter the colors, the smaller the orders. That's like the way you can have it configured, and you can change the colors if you'd like in the settings here, right? I just have it to the default, but you can change this and have it be whatever colors you're looking for. You can completely alter that any way you'd like. But for this specific example, you're going to notice that these are going to be exactly the same. So you can just navigate over right to 2850, and that's why this color here is pretty dark color. So then moving to 4228, this is why this is another super dark red. It's because there's a lot of orders resting in this area. So that's how you know where those high block orders are being held on the heat map, is based on the color of the order heat map. I think that answers your question. Let me know if it does or doesn't, and I can try my best to answer the question again. Okay. So you're looking for the 3 biggest orders on the heat map, correct? Just let me know what I may have missed over. Yeah, you can. So what you can do is you can just basically go into the settings here, go into all settings. So they asked, can you set ranges and assign color levels for those? So you would be able to adjust the colors here, and the gradient scale is smallest orders to largest orders. So then what you can then do is add in colors that you want to assign to small orders and add in colors that you want to assign to large orders. And then this here is max order, min order size. So you can change the depths, you can change how I have it to show all to have that full MBO capability. But you have your minimum quantity size, you have your max history. So this is how far it's pulling back from. This is the depths, so how far up it's going to go. So it's going to hold up to 1,000 bars of data before it starts deleting data in the back. So all of this can be adjusted here in the general tab, and you can change the opacity of the colors. You can change the filter. All of this can be adjusted here. Oops. So I hope that helps. And of course, let me know if there are any other questions. If you guys can email, or if you guys can just email, or these questions, if there's any questions that I didn't get to, I'll be able to email you, or we can get on a call and I can talk you through those questions that you may have. But I appreciate everybody showing up, and till next Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you.